Hey guys, just got done watching the Video Game Awards on stream. Actually watched it on Steam. I know you can also watch it on the Xbox, PlayStation, pretty much everywhere that does games, but I went ahead and watched it on Steam. Turned out to be an okay show, better than I thought it would. It went a little later than I thought it would. It's a little after 11:30 now, but everything looked good. It was a fun show. I'm going to quickly go over the winners, and we'll do some kind of my reaction to it and everything. I won't really be talking much about the Zelda trailer in this video. That will be in another video that to me was so big I would just want to do a whole video on it by itself. But without further ado, let's get into it, guys. So we had a pretty long pre-show. I caught it when it was like 30 minutes started. It had a little 30-minute counter going on. So we had a couple announcements right away there. We had that Pokemon Go immediately, pretty much right away, won mobile, and it won handheld game. So basically they took the cell phone game and gave it the handheld award and gave it the mobile award. I assume that was only because, I mean, it's Pokemon, so you know, it's Nintendo as well. They pretty much the only ones that had a handheld at the time. I know the Vita exists, but I mean, no big blockbuster games came out. I was very surprised, though, that Pokemon Sun and Moon weren't even mentioned in it. I mean, I figured they would win that, and then Pokemon Go would win mobile game, considering Pokemon Sun and Moon sold a crap ton, and it was highly rated. But I don't know. I guess they just said, Pokemon Go, give it to them. Maybe Sun and Moon somehow missed the cutoff date, but that seems weird, too, considering there were a couple games that were very recent in the polls and everything too. But oh well, Pokemon Go wins mobile and it wins handheld game. Best fighting game went to Street Fighter V. That sounds like that might have been kind of by default. I don't know what other games were really out there to rival it. I know Guilty Gear was one, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's really just Street Fighter V. Maybe if Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter came out at the same time, or at least in the same year, there'd be a little competition. But basically, Street Fighter V was the only real big blockbuster one to pick from. Best VR game went to Res HD. Again, there's not a lot of VR games, so Res being a game that's actually complete and actually fun makes a lot of sense. Maybe next year or the year after when there's more VR games, that category will be a little bigger. Best action game went to Doom. That makes sense. It's a fun shooter. I liked it. It was good. I would have given that probably to Doom as well, so that category is fine for me. I don't even know why they held most anticipated game. I think we all knew it was going to be Zelda Breath of the Wild, but there you go. Zelda Breath of the Wild gets most anticipated game. Inside won Best Art Direction and Best Indie Game. That's fine, I guess. I played Limbo, didn't play Inside yet. Some of these categories like art direction and stuff are a little odd. I think those are kind of obscure categories to try to pick a game from, but that's fine. Inside won that. It also won Best Indie Game, which is good too. Games for Impact went to That Dragon Cancer. It was actually a pretty cool moment. He actually got up on stage, gave probably the best speech of the entire night. It was super heartfelt. He had tears and everything, and I really liked it. It was really cool to see. And I think it just put a good message out there for everyone about how cancer can affect a family. And the game was really cool. If you haven't played it, check it out on Steam. It was really an interesting game, and it kind of got you, you know, right here. So I really liked that though. It was just a really cool moment. And even if you had never played it, if you've never heard of it, you can pretty much tell from his emotion and everything that it meant a lot to him, and it was a serious thing happening. So I gotta give it to the award show. They really set that up well, and he really delivered a great speech. Best RPG went to Witcher 3, specifically Blood and Wine. I'm not sure why they didn't just say Witcher 3, but they said the Blood and Wine expansion. Then the best strategy game went to Civ 6. Again, this is one of those recent games that kind of made me think back to Pokemon Go winning over Pokemon Sun and Moon, because Civ 6 is pretty recent. It came out like a couple weeks before Pokemon Sun and Moon, so it was a little odd. But Civ 6 wins strategy, best strategy game. Witcher 3 wins best RPG. I also want to say congratulations to Boogie. He actually won Trending Gamer of the Year, which basically essentially celebrates gamers online, YouTube and everything, Let's Players, people in the industry, making videos, and he won Trending Game of the Year. And not only did he Trending Gamer of the Year, not only did he win that, but he actually won it over Angry Joe, which was kind of surprising. I think a lot of people thought Angry Joe was gonna win that contest, but no, Boogie won. So congratulations, he showed up. And it was really cool. It was really neat to see that. So congratulations, Boogie. Music and sound design also went to Doom. I don't know why they didn't just announce it at the same time. It kind of got fragmented, and we had Doom at the top here winning an award for action, Doom down here winning for best sound and everything. That was a little odd. Best performance went to Nolan North for Uncharted 4. Basically, he's the voice of Nathan Drake. And yeah, he was fine in it. He was good. He's been good for the past 4 games they've had, so it made a lot of sense for him to win. I was okay with that. And they bring out this really odd category where they mash sports and racing games together, which is weird. But of course, they throw all the big EA games in, you know, FIFA and everything. And it was kind of funny that out of all of them, Forza Horizon 3 ends up winning, which This is a great racing game, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of fun. It still has some simulation there where you fix up your cars, but I mean, you get to drive through fields and stuff. It's a good game. It's just really funny to see the sports games in there. I don't know what made them put racing and sports together. Maybe one of you guys know. Just kind of caught me off guard to see that. But Forza Horizon 3 beat out FIFA and MLB The Show and stuff like that, so good for them. Blizzard won one of those other really weird, obscure categories, Best Game Direction. They also won Best Multiplayer and Best Esports Game. Best Action Adventure Game went to Dishonored 2, which is really cool because that game is actually a lot of fun. I played the first one, started playing the second one just now, and it's actually really good, so Dishonored 2, good job. So this is a category I kind of disagree with a little bit here. I think a lot of you guys might say, oh, that's great, but Overwatch won Game of the Year, and that's fine, I guess, to an extent. It's not... See, Game of the Year to me is like the one big blockbuster game that came out. Overwatch, while popular, is to me not that big blockbuster game. I personally was pulling for Titanfall 2. I think it's got kind of pulled through the mud in terms of sales and everything, despite it being a really good game. Overwatch, it's fine that it won, like I said. I'm not feeling Overwatch for the Game of the Year. Multiplayer, yes. Esports, yes. Game of the Year, I don't know. I know there's probably Overwatch fans watching this and they're yelling at their computer right now, but I would have gone with something like Titanfall 2. Even Doom would have been fine for Game of the Year to me. Or Uncharted 4. I was between Titanfall 2 and Uncharted 4. I was fine with either of those, but Overwatch won Game of the Year. As much as I may disagree with it, they still won. Then I wanted to throw in a kind of a made-up award here. I wanted to put Most Cringe Moment because, man, were there a lot. I went through it, and aside from the weird assistant that they kept making do things like trying on VR and interacting with what quite possibly could be one of the worst paid promotions ever in the Schick Hydrobot. I was between either the Schick Hydrobot playing Mortal Kombat against a generic brand razor, and then said Hydrobot kind of running around at the award show. And I was between that and, of course, our good friend, Jeff Keighley, trying so hard to introduce the rap group when they were doing their music. And I think we all know what I'm talking about when he tries his hardest to go on a long, I guess you'd say, flow of information, and he just tries so hard to bring Parappa the Rapper into our lives through the TV set. And of course he stumbles badly over that. I don't even know how you would go into Parappa the Rapper very quickly. It makes no sense to me. And then, of course, he'd start throwing things around like how he has street cred because of Parappa the Rapper. And that one is my most cringe moment right there. That was actually really funny, even though it probably wasn't supposed to be. But Jeff Keighley, hey, man, you know, you did your best. You obviously worked super hard on this awards show. But thanks for at least providing that entertainment for us. And then I also want to touch on one other moment right in the beginning. They did it right in the beginning. I guess Jeff just wanted to get up on stage and do this. They essentially call out Hideo Kojima as icon, basically gaming icon of the year, and I think it had a lot to do with last year when he was basically barred from going because of Konami, just for some reason. I don't know if they had their panties in a bunch or what, but they just did not want him there to accept an award essentially for Metal Gear Solid 5, which was an awesome game. Under his tutelage, it was awesome. It did really well. I liked the game a lot, and of course, after all that hard work, which I'm sure that game, based on how it plays and what it is, it probably took crazy amounts of time and effort and energy, he wasn't allowed to go there to accept his award. And that, you know, I think that stuck with a lot of gamers. Obviously, it stuck with Jeff Keighley because when he went on his huge diatribe and speech, I don't know if he was about to cry or what. And I mean, honestly, he just kept going on and on and on about how they're friends, and it almost looked like Kojima was kind of getting a little uneasy, like, are we going out to dinner after this, or like what's happening right now? I don't think it's gonna work out with us, buddy. But it was pretty funny, and the fact that he basically, I mean, I don't even know, with how the budget they went out for here, he might as well have hired a violinist to kind of play the sad, slow song while he said this, because it got to that point where, to me, it got a little uncomfortable almost, because he just would not let it go. Really, I think Kojima just wanted to go up there, get the award, and then get off stage away from Jeff. But apparently Jeff is friends with a lot of people here, including Cliff Bleszinski and everything. He's just friends with everyone, I guess. And yeah, guys, there was a lot of world premieres, a lot of gameplay, a lot of interesting stuff. and we're going to talk about that in another video. I just wanted to kind of go through anyone who missed it, you know, get all the results and everything. I'm sure a lot of people just want to get the results, see who won, and then we'll talk about gameplay and world premieres, and then we're definitely talking about Breath of the Wild, the entire trailer, because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of content in there. We'll talk about the treehouse thing. That actually really annoyed me because, of course, they stop at the most interesting part when they're about to either collect an item or go a little further into the dungeon. Of course, they stop there. They do all the boring crap and then stop there. But overall, I liked the award show. I thought it was better than last year's. It was. I think it was a little more fun too, and it was definitely way more fast-paced. There was not a lot of filler. Of course, they had the musical performances. I think they just wanted to kind of put those in there just to a change of pace, but I think someone went on maybe a little too long, and it was a little odd that the rap group decided that it was about time. We just got hammered with cursing after they made what appeared to be an attempt to start bleeping out curse words in trailers and stuff before, and then they come on stage and they just completely ruin their censorship. So whatever, it's fine. It's America. It's the internet. None of us, I don't think any of us are offended by it. It was just kind of funny, but you know, it was good. I don't know if they're going to air it again. It might be worth going back to watch a few of these things that I'm talking about, especially the cringy moments. Those were pretty good. But that's going to do it for now. I'll talk about, like I said, Breath of the Wild, the trailer, and then I'll talk about some of the gameplay and world premieres next time. I'll see you guys then.